Hello, Austin Hylian here. I thought it would be a lot of fun to do another Zelda unboxing. In my last video, I cracked the seal on my Twilight Princess HD, which was pretty cool. It was a lot of fun. So I thought the next one I should do is my favorite, Ocarina of Time. So without further ado, let's get into it. I just thought it'd be a nice little bonus to show this off because my original cartridge, which was the gray one, I actually bought this for 120 bucks at a local toy shop, and this was what was in it. So I kind of got lucky because this is the Game of the Year edition, which I believe came with a gray cartridge, so I just switched the gray cartridge that I had originally out with this one, so it's nice to have both. So this is the player's choice. It's a little beat up, but this is a game, like a grail for me, so it was really nice to be able to pick one up for 120. I don't know if that's like a decent price for it, but this is my favorite game of all time, so it was something that I've wanted for a very long time. So let's take a good look on the outside. There's Link. And on the back, it's the description of the game, obviously, and screenshots of the game. I still think this game aged phenomenally. Alright, so let's get into it. Maybe. Okay, so this is the original cartridge I was talking about. So this is the one that came out before they did a lot of the censorship. So this one and this one both have the chanting in the fire temple, Ganondorf coughing up the red blood, and the uncensored mirror shield. So it was really cool that this came with this. So now I got both versions that I've been wanting for a long time. It's a little beat up. You can kind of see some dents, and this one's scratched up. But, I mean, it's still an amazing game. So this looks like an ad for Nintendo Power and the official player's guide. And the very goofy looking figures. There's an issue of Nintendo Power. That cover is so sick. Then there is some merch. Now that's cool. I don't know, like, a practical use for that system house, but it's still really cool. Then the soundtrack. I was 4 when this game came out, so unfortunately I was not old enough to get any of this cool stuff, but I'm sure it's out there. Here is the consumer information guide for the Nintendo 64, which, don't really need. Now, the instruction booklet. Unfortunately, modern games don't really come with things like this anymore. It's just a quick safety information guide thing, usually just a piece of paper. But, yeah, back when I was a kid, you had just fully fleshed out, like, fantastic manuals telling you how to not use your control stick. And it even gives you, like, a very in-depth look at, like, the story, or at least the beginning. And here's the breakdown of the characters and the map. God, the art was, it's so good. Z targeting, which I know people have an issue with, but I've never had an issue with Z targeting at all since I've been playing this game. Oop. So basically it's just giving you kind of like a rundown of like how things go. Nowadays, people will look at this and be like, oh, that's obvious, like it's really simple. But back then, there weren't games like this, you know, in 1998. But, you know, so this was kind of a big deal. So to include all this information might seem a bit overkill, but back then 3D games were still relatively new and they were still kind of trying to figure things out. And this game, it's pretty small compared to today's standards of games, but back then this was huge. And I still love it. I still get lost in this game constantly. Not lost as in I don't know where to go, but obviously it's such a nice world. The music, the graphics, everything. Even 20-something years later, every time I boot it up and I hear Hyrule Field, like, I just feel like I'm going on this big, grand adventure, because that's what it is. Here's some tips. Don't waste your rupees. All enemies have weaknesses, obviously. Ride the horse. You mean Epona? I guess she wasn't known as Epona quite yet, at least in the manual. And the Stone of Agony is pretty much useless if you didn't have the Rumble Pack back then, so... yeah, so that is an unboxing of The Legend of Zelda: Ocarina of Time for the Nintendo 64, which I've stated before is my favorite game of all time. I'm sure there's been plenty of unboxing videos over the years, the decades, but I just thought it'd be fun. It's been sitting on my shelf, and, you know, I'd like to share this with people that didn't quite grow up with it. You know, there's younger generations that have never got to experience this, so I thought it'd be fun to kind of just put that out there. Thank you for joining me. If you like what you saw, I'm going to obviously give the plug that most YouTubers do. Like, subscribe, share the video, and I will see you in the next one. Thank you for joining me.